After the announcement of Quant's Overledger Gateway going live, I really wanted to dig a little bit deeper to see just how far this goes. Quant is known for keeping things under wraps, but in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what this is going to mean for the Quant network and every other coin on the thumbnail. You're watching DHN. It's time to talk crypto. So welcome back to DHN. Happy Friday to you. If you still haven't heard about this massive news from the Quant ecosystem, essentially their largest application, the Overledger Gateway, is now public. It has gone mainnet, which means that financial institutions, other blockchain networks can all make use of this. Something that has gone under the radar is just how long they've been working on this moment, guys. Now, if you don't know, essentially, the Overledger Gateway is a connector of all DLT type systems, and they use APIs to do this. It's been in development since about 2020. As a matter of fact, a brother of mine, No BS Crypto, he just made a great video on the subject, and after watching it, decided I needed to put a little DH in it. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm gonna take you to exhibit number 1. As you can see here, guys, this is a plug-and-play solution for all DLTs, and you can see some of our favorite coins are on this diagram: R3 Corda, Ethereum, XRP, and Bitcoin. Now, it was right here when I was like, okay, Quant can add functionality to Bitcoin? I have been making a point to keep my eye on projects that add functionality to the big B, because Bitcoin is the one that's going to lead this market. It's the proxy for what all of the other altcoins can do. So with this Overledger Gateway going live, you can expect a lot more liquidity and functionality to come to all of these projects. And later in the video, I have another diagram that's going to really show you all of these projects. Now, another thing too to keep in mind is that transactions on the Overledger will be paid in Quant. So that means that you need to pay in Quant to set up a node. You need to pay in Quant to make a transaction. Everything involving Overledger, you got to pay for in Quant. So another reason why I think over the coming months, we're definitely going to see Quant move to the upside. It stayed above $100 ever since this news broke. I think that's a good sign. Now, when it comes to blockchains, we got a bit of an idea of what to expect. But what about some of Quant Network's other partners? There is a long list of Quant Network associations, but I'm basing this information off of the partners that are listed on the website, particularly UST and the LAC Chain. I'm going to start with UST. UST started in 2021, their relationship with Quant did, and they serve Europe, the Middle East, Africa, the APAC region, United States, and India. And they're doing this out of the London Innovation Hub, which, if you know, London is the financial epicenter. And the regulatory environment right now, they're all focused at digital assets. Again, another reason why this is so massive. Specifically, what they're looking to do with Quant includes central bank digital currencies, commercial stablecoins, and digital securities. Now, keep in mind, UST serves the United States. And what have we been talking about for the last few weeks here on this channel? This whole discussion around securities. So, through their connections with UST, now that the Overledger Gateway is live, Quant has the potential to serve some of these digital securities markets here in the United States, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what UST does. They help facilitate connections between this software provider and this software provider, or this software provider and whoever needs it. That's their specialty. So that's something else to look forward to. Quant ecosystem is about to blow up. Now, the next company is the LAC Chain. Now, this is, in my opinion, one of the biggest catalysts for the Quant network. Once you understand how far reaching the LAC Chain goes, we're talking about, of course, Latin America and the Caribbean, but all of South America is making use of the LAC Chain, and they have plans on expanding it to Europe and the United States. Now, little facts on the LAC Chain: started in 2018 and is funded by the Inter-American Development Group. It is connecting, it It's made to connect public, private, and permission blockchains. They focus on stablecoins, remittances, and account management. Now, most recently, and this was in April, the LAC, IDB, and Citigroup came together for a tokenization project. Now, you know Citi, that's one of the big banks here in the United States. All of the banks in America have been very focused on tokenization. So, through that, you have a connection, all right? And with Quant Network, here's another thing to think about, especially with how the United States likes to approach digital assets. Quant is cleared where they're from, all right? All through Europe, all through UK, they're cleared. And they have this little thing called the ISO TC307 certification and standard, as a matter of fact, that other blockchains are trying to live up to. I think that looks good to regulators here in the United States. I really do. Now, like I mentioned before, this is going to serve South America, and it's also going to run alongside the PIX instant payment network that Brazil is currently using. I ran into a very interesting article on Fast Company. This was published 2021. Let me double check. I have it right here. Let me just look at it, fam. But 2022, as a matter of fact, in June of last year, where they were talking BRICS, of all things, and they were talking about how Brazil needed a leg up when it comes to payment networks in comparison to other BRICS nations. And all in this article, they're talking about the LAC chain. So yeah, we spotted VeChain the other day. Quant Network, ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye on them. And like I said in that same article, there's a quote from Gilbert himself where he wants to expand the LAC chain's compatibility to other payment systems in the United States, Europe, Asia, and wherever else they can get their hands on, ladies and gentlemen. And also keep in mind this as well. The Overledger, its whole purpose is to connect everything. The LAC chain has been compared to other blockchain ecosystems like the blockchain-based services network in China, which we've talked about plenty of times, and a European blockchain services infrastructure, which IOTA is always involved with. And then there's another one, which is new to me. This one is coming out of Spain, ladies and gentlemen, Alastria. Now, I have to do the digging for sure, but upon initial reading, we're talking about 50 plus companies there. Did not know that. So the landscape is definitely very optimistic now that this Overledger gateway has gone live, guys. But I want to give you some other associations, other companies that will also make use of this, because you have to remember, Quant is one of the founding members for the International Association of Trusted Blockchain Applications. All of the members, the blockchain members in that forum, ladies and gentlemen, can make use of the Overledger protocol, and it is a lot of them. All right, and then we also have the Hyperledger Foundation. Again, a long list of blockchains are associated with the Hyperledger fabric, and again, the goal is to have Overledger be used by as many participants as they can. And then we also have the Digital Pound Foundation. And this one's very interesting because we see that crypto regulation in the UK is moving very fast, especially around commercial stablecoins. I'll go all the way back to the top of the year, ladies and gentlemen, when I told you the very first video I made for this year was centered around stablecoins because they were going to be the narrative for the year. And what have we seen? Thank you very much. Now, we can also put down the Bank for International Settlements as a working partner with the Quant Network because of Project Rosalind, which UST also took part of. So remember, UST has an American market. They were involved with this Project Rosalind alongside the Bank of England and the Bank for International Settlements. Yes, this is, man, I was so excited to put this video together because I was looking through all of this last night. Kind of kept me up a little bit. But let's jump over and talk about the other blockchains that are going to, I think, immediately benefit from this. As you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, Avalanche, XRP, XDC Network, Polkadot, and Polygon are already compatible with the Overledger gateway. So, applications and the list of partners that are already working with these coins can also make use of those resources. And Polkadot, XDC, Polygon, they've all been going absolutely insane recently, especially with partnerships. XDC, SBI VC Trade, Polkadot, Deloitte, Energy Web, and a couple more other people. They actually are doing the Decoded conference right now where they're making hella announcements, okay? So keep your eyes on Polkadot. And then, of course, the almighty XRP. Avalanche, I'm actually preparing a video about Avalanche because it's a project that I haven't touched on. It's got a lot of promise though. So let me know in the comments if you guys will be interested in that. Now that this Overledger gateway is open, ladies and gentlemen, the Quant network can bring so much more functionality. Here's the key word: regulated functionality to all the chains that are connected to this Overledger gateway, and then the chains that are going to come to the Overledger gateway, right? Yeah. So that's how I believe that Quant is now the king of chains. Yeah, I felt that sounded cool. King of chains. No, I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! But that's all I got for this one, ladies and gentlemen. If you found value, of course, you know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that way you don't miss the next one. And as always, I want y'all to have a great weekend, a prosperous weekend, and most importantly, if that money is digital, so is the hustle. I'm Wade Teamer, and I'll see y'all in the next one.